Irina, thank you so much for joining me today. Tell me a little bit about your chess upbringing.
Oh, my chess upbringing. Okay. Well, I learned to play chess when I was around 5 years old. My dad taught me. He was quite a good amateur player. He loved chess, something that stayed with him his whole life because he still plays on chess.com every day and does puzzles and tells me about his improvements. So my dad taught me to play chess, and he really, kind of cleared the path for me to be a chess player. He brought me to tournaments, found my teachers, made sure I was studying, right? All those things that kids need help with. And so he was a very big part of me becoming a chess player.
And was there something specific that you guys were working on? Any specific book particularly that stood out to you as a kid?
Yeah, well, actually my dad was my first teacher until I was about 9 years old. So basically I got to around just 1800 with his help. And I have pictures of myself as like a little girl, like sitting on the black leather couch with my dad working on chess with the wooden pieces, One thing I remember is that he definitely taught me end games, right? I think he kind of bought into like what Capablanca said, right? That you have to start learning chess by learning the end game. So I think for my age, like I was always quite decent in the end games, right? I had some of that like foundational knowledge. And I remember when I played one of my first World Youth Championships in Bratislava in '93. I was like 9 years old, and I saved some rook endgame down 2 pawns, and Jeremy Silman, was the coach back then. And he was impressed, with my knowledge of rook endgames, and it's because my dad made sure I learned them.
That's very nice. Are the endgames still your favorite part of the game?
No, they're not. No, of course. Well, the interesting part of chess, I don't know, it's the middle game, right? So everything, I love that. I mean, the transition between opening and middle game and the planning and the trying to outplay, definitely the technical part is not like my favorite, but yeah, it's the middle game.
Nice. In recent years, I know besides coaching, you've also started doing a lot of commentary as well. How do you combine everything? How do you have time to do everything?
Yeah, it's definitely a little hard. This year has been super busy, just a lot of traveling. Obviously, you cut down on certain things, right? Like I don't play as much as I did like 10 years ago. I can't just pick up and go to any tournament that I want to go to. I have to really be more like selective in order to manage all these things, like the teaching and the playing and the commentary. But I do have some thoughts of like getting back into chess more seriously. Actually, in large part because of the number of events in St. Louis. Because when 10 years ago there was one main event for us women, right, which was the U.S. Women's Championship, and now there's 3, right? There's the championship, there's the American Cup, and there's the Cairns Cup, and that makes a big difference, in terms of how viable it is to play chess. So, I think you'll see me playing chess more.
Also, I know that you've spent a lot of times in the past few years focusing on your health. Mm-hmm. You were mentioning to me that you consider health is very important for chess and being in shape. Is there a specific sport that you practice to stay in shape throughout?
Yeah, I have to say it's one of my favorite questions, Sabina, because it's really something that I've put so much time and effort into in the last few years, and it's definitely a passion of mine, the whole project of getting well. And I have to, in a way, you look back and I'm very happy that I had such a tough time with COVID. Right, that I never just had that easy recovery, because without that I never would have been so into health that I am now. But in terms of my favorite things, I'm a daily walker. I walk every day for an hour, and today I actually went walking already. I got in let's say half of my walk in Forest Park, and I did something else extra to kind of make it more beneficial, which is combining it with this idea of grounding or earthing. It's like walking on the earth to pick up those electrons, and so I took off my shoes and I walked on the grass, and it was actually an amazing experience to be there in nature.
This year for this competition, did you do something specific to get yourself ready? You have 8 titles of U.S. Women's Champion. What's it gonna take to take a few more?
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything too specific, and I have to say it's always like I always feel like I wish I had more time to prepare, to be better prepared. But I'm going into it like feeling quite good, I think mentally. And I do have some ideas of some things that I'll do differently, I think, to conserve energy. And if that works out, I will tell you all about it at the end.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Irina. I wish you good luck and looking forward to your games.
Thank you, Sabina.